Hi everyone, I'm going to walk you through part 2 for your project because I know a lot of people have a hard time with this section. This is probably the hardest section. So the idea, you want to make, like we've done in class, you want to make a right triangle for each side length and then figure out the length and the width of your right triangle, like kind of like, 1/2 base times height, and then do Pythagorean theorem with the side lengths that you come up with. So I'm going to work with AB first. So this is the same example that was from the other video if you watched that one. So I'm going to draw maybe and oh, that's weird. Okay, let me try again. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to draw a right triangle here, and then to figure out the length, the width and the length, the width is going to be your vertical, so your y values. So I'm going to take, I can't just count since these are decimals. So instead, I'm going to subtract. If I can't count, you can subtract. So I'm going to subtract the y value from A minus the y value from B. Always for y, always do the top minus the bottom. And then for the x's, you'll do right minus left. So basically your bigger number minus your smaller number. You don't want to end up with negative numbers. So I'm going to take A minus B for the y. So that would be 3 minus 1.833. So I'm going to take my calculator, and I do show it here. I'm going to just do it again. 3 minus 1.833, and I get 1.167. So 1.167. And then for AB for the x's, I'm going to subtract the x's. So 0 minus negative 5.833. Careful if you have negative numbers. That means when you subtract, it's going to turn into positive because you'll do minus negative. So in my calculator, I do 0 minus negative 5.833. Obviously, you can probably figure this out without a calculator. I'm just showing in case you had a number other than 0, 5.833. All right, so once you have the side lengths of your mini right triangle, this would be A, this would be B, and the side length for AC would be C. And this is what you will write in the box on the worksheet or type. You'll show this work, or you don't have to show the triangle, but show how you found A, B, and A and B, like what you did in your calculator. And then you'll do Pythagorean theorem with them. So you'll do 1.167 squared plus 5.833 squared equals c squared. So type these into your calculator and then take the square root of what you get and then write that to the nearest 2 decimal places. All right, so I'm going to show you the other parts. So let's do BC next. So I'm going to go down, make a little right triangle, go down and over. And then for the width, so up and down, I'm going to subtract the y. So I'm going to subtract B minus C, since that's going to be higher. So B, the y for B minus the y for C. So 1.833 minus negative 5.75. I have another negative. 1.833 minus negative 5.75. And that gives me 7.583. 583. And then I'm going to do the x's. So for the x's, I'm not going to do this x minus this x. I'm going to do this x for C minus the x for B because I want to do the bigger number minus the smaller number. So I'm going to do 1.75 minus negative, which is going to turn into plus 5.833. And then I get 7.583. Again, it's okay that those are the same because those aren't your right triangle. Those are just your mini right triangle. Okay, so then you'll do this squared plus that squared equals c squared. So I'll show this one in your calculator. 7.583 squared plus 7.583 583 squared equals that, and then you would take the square root of your answer to get 10.92. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. You'll do one thing. Well, since you're e-learners, you probably aren't working with a partner, but in class learners, I had them like do one each. They were working with partner. So here you'll subtract the x's. So you'll do a and c. So you'll do 1.75 minus 0, which is just 1.75. And then subtract the y's. So from a and c, I would do 3 minus negative 5.75, which turns into 8.75. And then I do a squared plus b squared is c squared without that again. And then I have my a, b, and c. Also, just a reminder, a should be your right angle. If it's not your right angle, you need to go back and fix it. That shouldn't change the numbers that you get. That should just change your labeling. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like me to look over your work before you turn it in, just email me and let me know. And I'd be happy to look it over and make sure that your numbers are correct. If not, just make sure you're staying on task each day and let me know if you need any help. Okay, have a great day.